Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Lawrence Michael, Operations Manager for Air Quality Remediation, making another remediation video here in a garage. We're actually doing two garages. Backstory here is that it's a condominium. Upstairs, the condos above the garages had a water incursion event. It flooded the condos on the second floor, went down into the garage on the first floor. We've been here for, this will be day 4 now between the two garages. So as always, came in, built our containment, which is outside that door. So that's the garage door that goes into the main corridor that you can get into first level, second level, and third level condos here at this facility. So we have our containment door built there. We have our negative air machine set up here. I just set it outside so that I could lay down plastic sheeting all on the ground here and cover up any items that are staying in the garage while the remediation is being conducted. Now, on our very first day here, this whole garage was full of items from pretty much top to bottom, back to front, really. So we had to have a storage container brought in so that we could move all the items that were in the garage into the storage container, so that way we would have access to the garage to be able to do the remediation that we need to do. So it was only a couple things that stayed, freezer and a fridge over here, and then this shelf, just because it was bolted to the wall, so you might as well leave it. Everything that stays gets covered up, floor gets covered, and then we demoed all the drywall ceiling. And we'll go over to the other garage next door in a second and show you what the drywall looked like before it was demoed. They were both about the same. So in here, demoed all the drywall, pulled out all the insulation, which was still wet. This point today, this is like, I think day 25 or 26 or 27 or something crazy from the initial water incursion event. It's been insurance companies going back and forth, fighting over who was going to cover the damages, whether it's the master policy holder for the condominium or whether it was the individual tenant's insurance company that was going to cover it, and what they were going to cover. Were they going to cover contents? Were they going to cover the actual remediation and restoration? It's been a whole long thing. Those of you that have watched our previous videos know that the industry standard is 48 hours. Once something stays wet for more than 48 hours, it's quote-unquote likely to grow mold. Now, again, there's all of those contributing factors, stipulations on that. That's a broad brushstroke, but the industry standard says 48 hours. We're on day 27 now. I mean, it's crazy, especially when there's a lot of hands that are in the pot and everybody's kind of fighting and arguing with everybody else. It makes the wheels turn even slower. But back to the remediation, drywall ceiling taken down, wet insulation taken out, so that way the drying company that's upstairs that we work with all the time, they were having an issue drying the subflooring as quickly as it should be dried with dehumidifiers, air movers, things like that, to IICRC's S500 water restoration standard. And that was because they were drying everything from the top side. They pulled all the flooring out and then we're drying the subflooring. Problem is, under the subflooring here, all the insulation and the drywall was still all wet. So it was just almost as if you were pulling water through the floor, but you were just pulling water from the drywall and the insulation into the floor. So it wasn't able to extract that water like it should have been. So now that we have this drywall and insulation removed, their drying upstairs will go a whole lot faster, so we're just working in conjunction, that's all. All the sprinkler heads and light fixtures have been covered up. So we have sprinkler head here and light fixture here. They've all been covered up. There's a number of them throughout this garage here, so they all got covered up, so that way when we do our remediation process, nothing gets damaged. There's no risk for sprinklers to go off or light fixtures, any electrical hazards, things like that. So we'll just do a quick scroll here. Motors for the garage doors have been covered. Fridge. This garage door has been covered already. I haven't covered this one yet because I have to be able to get in and out. So that'll be the last thing that I cover. And then, as I showed you before, the floor, cork board, surge protectors, things like that, and then this shelf. So like I said, last thing to do, cover up this door, and I can go through and start encapsulating everything. Let's just take a look here next door. So as I told you before, air scrubber, paint sprayer, and encapsulant here, so I'll go through and do that. But this is next door. This is the next garage over. So we can see this drywall ceiling here has mold growth all over it. So this is all mold growth here. All back here. It looks like water staining, but it's not. It's actual mold growth. It's just so much that it just looks like one big spot, but in reality, it's so many large colonies of mold spores there. And it goes all the way across. More over here. More over here. More here. It's all over. And in this garage, it's actually on the walls too. So we have a little bit here and a little bit over here by this door. So this garage is actually worse than the other one. The one that I just showed you, the one that we were just in, was only really affected on the actual ceiling, not the ceiling and the walls as well. So this will be the second garage that we do. We're gonna finish up the first garage now, and then we'll go through and start the second one. Again, helping the water restoration guys upstairs help dry out their area. And that's about it. I just wanted to show you guys what we had going on. As always, look at that good looking transit right there. Nice and clean and shiny. Bam! That's right. That's a good looking transit right there with that AQR. Boom. One thing we do need, if anybody out there is watching, we do need to do a wrap on the vehicle. So multiple vehicles actually. We have a number of transits, a big box truck, some smaller cars that we use for assessments driving around because they're better on gas mileage. But if there's any vinyl wrap people out there that are watching and you guys want another job, definitely let us know. We've been looking to do a bigger wrap down the side of all the vehicles for a while. So anybody out there that does that kind of thing, definitely put your information down in the comments, or just give us a call. As always, we're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If anybody has any issues with any indoor air quality concerns, mold, lead, asbestos, duct cleaning, water and fire damage, odor control, any of those nasty things, definitely give us a call. As always, I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you on the next video.